Hello, everyone. How you doing? Let me know if you can hear me pretty decent. I want to make sure my audio is good. So let me see. We got Daniel on. How you doing, boss? What's happening? Shout out to you. And Daniel, let me know if you can hear me okay. I want to make sure my audio is pretty good. And let me know if you guys can see me okay. And the visuals look pretty good. And we're going to dive into a pretty good topic here and something I think that is really going to help a lot of people. So if you're watching this on replay, hashtag replay, if you are watching this live, let me know so I can give you a shout out, just like I gave my good buddy here, Daniel. Big shout out, getting on live. So yeah, definitely if you're watching live, just comment, let me know you're on here so I can give you a shout out. And let me see, you got Russell M. Taylor. How you doing? Shout out to Russell. What's happening, bro? Russell's on here. And who else do we have on here? All right, so let's just dive in. Now, what if last year I told you that you literally flushed money down the toilet? We all did. You flushed it down the toilet. And we are willing to flush our money down the toilet, but then we don't understand asset protection. We don't understand how to protect from inflation. So let's talk about how you flush money down the toilet. So how many people, if you're watching this, I want you to think to yourself, how many people at least spent $200 on their family or themselves going out to a fancy restaurant? If you did, just say I did. I did as well. So you may have spent $200 going out to a fancy restaurant, and you probably can't even remember what you ate that night, but you spent the $200, right? And how many times a year did you go out to eat at a fancy restaurant? Probably once, twice. So let's say you spend $400. Now, what happens to the money that you spend at the restaurant? You exchange it for food, and you eat that food, and your family eats that food. And what happens? Later, it processes, you have to use the bathroom, and guess what? You flush it down the toilet. Now, if we're willing to do that, then are we willing to take $400 and be able to grow our assets with it? What if you took that same amount of money, and you don't have to stop eating or going to restaurants, but what if you took that same amount of money and you invested it into something that could retain value? Well, folks, what we're seeing right now is we're seeing gas prices at a record high. It's the highest it's ever been, and I think in California it's up to $6. We're seeing food go up. We're seeing groceries go up, and we're seeing inflation really take hold. So my question to you is this: do you have any defense against that? What are you doing to defend against it? Now, some people say, "Hey, I'm doing a lot of things that have multiple streams of income." That's great. Continue to do that. Some people say, "I'm investing in crypto. I'm investing in forex." Hey, that's great. But what about accumulation of assets? Now, we talked before. A lot of people consider cash or currency assets, when cash or currency is not really assets. It's actually just currency. That's what it is. And it's not really money. It's just currency. Now, a lot of times people go and they put their money into a bank, and nothing wrong with putting your money into a bank. But two things are going to happen. Number one, it's not going to earn any money for you while it's sitting in the bank. Number two, you're going to be losing money because it's sitting in the bank. And let me kind of play a video for you to show you what happens when you put all of your money in a bank and you don't diversify it. Check this out.
Bank your currency, and within certain legal limits, they can do with it pretty much anything they please. This includes gambling in the stock market and loaning it out, at a profit, of course. Now this is where the machine of currency creation really gets cranking, because this is where something called fractional reserve lending comes into play. Fractional reserve lending is exactly what it says. The banks are allowed to reserve only a fraction of your deposit and loan the rest out. Although reserve ratios may vary, I'm going to use a 10% reserve ratio as our example. If you deposit $100 in your account, the bank can legally take $90 of it and loan it out without telling you. The bank must hold $10 of your deposit in reserve just in case you want some of it. These reserves are called vault cash. But why does your bank account still say you have $100 if the bank has stolen $90 of it? Because the bank left IOUs it created called bank credit in its place. Now I know this sounds crazy, but here it is in black and white from the Fed. Commercial banks create checkbook money when they grant a loan simply by adding new deposit dollars in accounts on their books in exchange for a borrower's IOU. These are nothing but numbers that the banks type into their computers. And even though these bank credit IOU numbers are very different from base currency numbers, because they only exist in computers, they are still currency. So now there is $190 in existence. Now the reason people take out loans from the banks is to buy something. They're going to buy a house or a car or something like that. So the borrower takes the $90 that the bank loaned to him from your account and he pays the seller of the item. But then the seller deposits that currency into his account and his bank loans out 90% of that and leaves bank credit numbers in its place. So now there's $271 in existence. This process repeats and repeats until under a 10% reserve ratio, an initial deposit of just $100 can create up to $1,000 of bank credit, all backed by $100 of vault cash, just 10%. But as I said, reserve ratios vary wildly. On some deposits, it's 10%, on others, it's 3%, and on some forms of deposits, reserve requirements are 0. The result is that the expansion of the currency supply by the banks is far greater than even this example would lead you to believe. So once again, when currency is deposited in the banks get to lend it out, and then it gets redeposited and relent, redeposited and relent, redeposited and relent over and over again, creating bank credit all the way. This is where the vast majority of our currency supply comes from. In fact, 92 to 96% of all currency in existence is created not by the government, but here in the banking system. Now, massive amounts of currency spewing into society may at first sound like a fun idea. That is, until you remember one of the most important hidden secrets of money from episode 1, that the prices of everyday goods and services act as a sponge on an expanding currency supply. The more currency we have, the more prices rise. This is where inflation comes from. The true definition of inflation is an expansion of the currency supply. Rising prices are merely the symptom. So our entire currency supply is nothing but a couple of bucks whipped up in this hocus-pocus scam where the Treasury and the Federal Reserve swap glorified IOUs.
So we're going to pause it right there. We're going to leave that video right here. Let me see if I can organize a little bit better. All right, so we're going to leave that video right there. And I just want to ask anyone that's kind of watching, what do you think about what you just saw? So after seeing this, do you still think it's a good idea to put all your money into a bank? Is it a great idea to do that? So folks, let's kind of get back to reality. Well, I'm going to play this video out here so you can see the rest of what happens. So I play it out here. Let's listen.
And a bunch of numbers that the banks just type into their computers. That's it. That's our entire currency supply. It's nothing but a supply of numbers. Some of them printed, most of them typed, and there is nothing else.
All right, got volume now. Cool, thank you. So pretty much after seeing that, I appreciate you. Don't see you there, Facebook user, but thank you, whoever you are. For some reason it doesn't show up. But what I wanted to kind of share with you is last year, we actually went on a journey to help people protect their assets and accumulate or build wealth. And we had an opportunity that does that. And hopefully I got some sound now. There's no sound, so hopefully you guys can hear me now. Let me know if you can't. You guys should be able to hear me pretty clear. Sometimes when I bring video in, it distorts the sound. So let me know if you can hear me okay? But kind of going back to what I was saying, last year, um, we started a journey, and that journey actually helped us to be able to put over 2,000 people in a position to prepare for what's happening now. And what is happening now is, without a shadow of a doubt, you see inflation. Now, what's a good defense for that? Well, we have an opportunity where our average person who just got a membership and didn't do anything, they didn't do anything. Number one, they were able to protect assets. Number two, they were able to grow assets. Let me give you a prime example. When we talk about assets, we're not talking about crypto. We're not talking about cash. We're talking about an asset that has been an asset for the last 5,000 years, and that is gold and silver. And a lot of rich people use this as a strategy, as an asset protection strategy, and it's very, very effective. And I see why they do it. And if you don't pay attention or you're not looking at what's going on around you, even Robert Kiyosaki and a lot of people, they're buying up silver and gold like crazy. So let me share with you something. I'm going to share with you some pieces that I got last year, and I want to share with you, why I partnered, or why myself and my buddy Kawan actually took this opportunity. The first thing I'm going to share with you, we're not going to talk about income. We're not going to talk about, recruiting people. We don't do any actual recruiting. All we do is invite people to a presentation, and we show them a wealth strategy, and from there we earn money. But let's talk about if you just didn't do anything. If you said, look, I just want to put myself and my family in a better position to be able to protect and have assets. So I'm going to show you something. Last year, I don't know if you can see this. Bring it up closer. Hopefully you can see that. So last year, I got this, and I only paid about $125 for it. Can anyone guess what this is worth today? Got this last year. Can anyone guess what this is worth today? Anyone? $125. So you might have put $125 in food, not worth anything. You might have bought a video game for $125. It's not anything. It's not worth much. You might have spent $125 on your kid, and you might have had something that you put $125 for, and it's not worth what you paid for it. Well, this right here, $125, this actually sells at a minimum right now for any collector, anyone that wants it, and it's a silver coin. And right now, this sells for $700. So if I gave you $125 to hold, it wouldn't do anything today. It would be worth less because the price of gas is going up, right? So your dollar currency can't really buy anything. But if you had this and you sold it, your 125 would be $700 by you doing nothing. Your 125 would be $700 by you doing nothing. 125 would be $700 by you doing nothing. So let me show you something else. We saw this, and our company gives us access to be able to get rare, collectible gold and silver coins. And this is a Julius Caesar coin. Now, this is one I knew was going to be big. This cost me about $330, $335. So I got this, right? And so how many people spent $335 on a bad dinner last year? Or even spent $335 on Christmas last year? Nothing wrong with that. Well, with inflation and the demand and the rarity, this is actually no less than $1,800. So my $300 has now earned me $1,500 in sound money. This is silver. So I'm holding this, right? I can touch this. It can't be manipulated. And the government is actually about to start to regulate Bitcoin. That's going to be something huge. But this is something the government can't regulate, right? Can't really regulate this because this has a rarity. I can go anywhere in the world and exchange this for whatever, for goods and services. So if we were to have a currency crash, and let's say you look at Russia, the ruble went from what? The ruble is worth nothing right now. So in Russia, people can't even spend their ruble because it's not worth anything, right? And we've seen it happen with Venezuela. We've seen it happen with Germany. We've seen it happen with a lot of currency-based type of systems. The only people that survived were people who had gold and silver. Why? Because When the dollar crashes, these skyrocket. These skyrocket. Let me show you more. Again, I have gold right here, and I have more gold. And I want you to pay attention to the back if you can see this. This is, if you can see this, this is actually 24 karat gold. It's legal tender. I'm going to show it to you here. And so the point I'm showing you is this. Let's say, had you been on what we like to call an auto saver. We call it an auto saver because you're taking your cash that would otherwise lose value and you're turning it into sound money that would gain value. And I'll tell you this, our company is so amazing that if you bought one of these and you decided that you wanted to get rid of it and you didn't want to sell it, well, the company would buy it back from you. What? They would buy it back from you. They would buy this back from you. So the worst case scenario is you don't really lose the value. You have a buyback program. And actually, I'm not selling any of my pieces that I have from the company because some of them, they can't even be, they're not replicated. Like for instance, the one I just showed you, I'm gonna show you this up close. Not sure if you can see that. See, this is something I bought last year. The face value is $5. It's worth more than that. But the metal purity is $9,999. Let me see if this thing can focus here. And if you look at this closely, it was only 500 on this planet. It's 500 of these on this planet. So the value is going to continue to go higher and higher and higher. Now, that is my worst case scenario. If cash weren't any good, Bitcoin crashes. My worst case scenario is I have literally over $15,000 worth of gold and silver that isn't doing nothing but gaining value. I actually have some pieces that I've given to my son. And these are called numismatic coins. And what this company has done, there are people who do this without this company. What this company has done is it has taken the ability to collect numismatic coins, it's combined it with a savings program and an education program and a wealth strategy program. And literally what we have done is every single person on our team that followed our strategy and did nothing, they just got a membership and did nothing. Well, they, on a bare minimum, they have at least $2,500 worth of assets right now. $2,500 worth of assets. That's 4 figures in assets. Now, last year, if you joined something and you didn't make any money, what would you have left? You would have a bill. If you join a business, you didn't make any money, it becomes a bill. It's not an asset. So folks, worst case scenario, we're getting assets like this all the time. Now, I did this last time. I'm going to open this up, and every month at your doorstep, you can exchange your money. You can get on an auto saver program. You can exchange your currency that is losing value, that you can't even get a decent gallon of gas now for, in some places, $6. You can exchange that to where it comes to your door every single month. So I just got another package in. I'm going to open this live, and I gotta bring in this this thing because I like to call this the coin drop. And let's just, before we open it, let's prepare. It's coin drop time. Okay, let's open this coin and let's see what we got. Always just a surprise. Make sure I got everything out of here. I do. And here's another coin. And again, this is what's called a state animal series. And I literally have the whole series. And some of these are going for, and this is actually the Colorado state animal. It's on a coin. And some of these, again, I exchanged $139, I guess, for these. And some of them, I got a bunch of them that are actually worth over $700. I got 10 of them worth over $700. So we're talking $139 to $700. And we're doing nothing. This doesn't take a genius to do. No, you don't have to follow any charts. You don't have to worry about trying to trade in the market. It's just an old method that people have used for years. This is a hobby of kings, and it's something that I think we all should consider doing. Now, what I want to get to you is here's my offering, and you hear because hey, well, Melvin, what are you offering us? Well, I have a website, and it is called replacemy95.com. I'm going to show it to you, and literally, we have a wealth strategy tonight at 8:30. And what we're going to do is we're going to do something cool. We're going to show you our wealth strategy, and then we're going to also show you on the back end that if you invite two people using our tools, and we have everything, we give you a system, we give you everything you need. You just invite two people, you show two people our system, invite them. And when you have two people that become members, you can earn $500 every single week from two people. I'm not sure what compensation plan you're in now, but just two people who see the value, who want to build assets for their family, who want to collect. You can earn $500 every single week. And the cool thing about this is we have a binary compensation plan, which means that we recently had members that joined our team, and because we can only have two people, everyone else has to go underneath. So Kawan, I think, brought in a ton of people, bringing in people, and our team's bringing in people. Those people will be underneath your organization somewhere, and you can get paid from our work. But we're going to do the work anyway. Somebody's going to get paid for it. And again, think about it. You can get paid to build assets. Worst case scenario, if you didn't do anything, next year you still have sellable assets. If you didn't do anything, if you just shared it with two people, you would have sellable assets. You'd have an opportunity to qualify to earn $500 every single week, and that's a win-win. Not to mention, we have an app. I'm going to show you right here. This app tracks where you're at, and they call it the Advantage app, but I like to call it the VIP app, because anywhere you go, it will track you via map, and it will save you money. So for instance, if I were to go to a restaurant, I went to a restaurant not too long ago, expensive meal, but I was actually able to get $34 off that meal with this app. So it will find the local places around you, and it will give you discounts off all those local places. So literally using this on a monthly basis, our average person who used this religiously was able to save $400 a month. That's $400 a month that was going out of your household that now comes back in your household. And then you're turning your cash that's losing value into sound money that gains value. So this is how you begin to build a foundation of wealth. So what I want to do is I actually want to invite you guys. I have a page here, and I'm going to put the link is above or below this video. If you're watching on Facebook, it's above this video. If you're watching on YouTube, it's below this video. And if you want to go to the website, it is replacemy9to5.com. And you can go there, and I'll show you what it looks like, so you can see it. Let me go to it here. So here's a website. So this is it. It says the secrets of becoming asset rich. And basically, this is our team. And, last year, we actually got a lot of our team qualified to get over. This company gave us over $100,000 of gold and silver. I don't know anyone that does it, but they gave it away to us. And our team alone collected about $20,000 of that. And, we didn't have to do anything for it. It was just for us, just doing what we normally do, just helping people to be able to build wealth. But if you scroll down, it tells you right here, what you don't know will hurt you. Banks are stealing from you. Do you know the difference between currency and money? Why the dollar is designed to make you and your family poor? Learn about our app that gives you 800,000 ways to save money. How to get out of debt and beat inflation. This won't cost you a thing. You convert wasted money into valuable assets. We can help build a legacy for your family. And again, you can read on. There's a small video that plays right here that you can watch, and you just opt in, and I will send you when we have our presentations in the schedule. It is live, so you can ask questions, and you can even call me after you get on the presentation. And again, this is a great way for anyone to save. Now, if you're not interested in this type of stuff, hey, don't come to this page. This is not for everyone. This is only for people who want to build and grow assets. If you're not into that type of thing, then hey, it's not for you. But again, it's not for everybody. So hopefully the information in this video helps someone out there. Hopefully, if you find value, you can definitely go to the websites above or below this video. And folks, going forward, inflation is only going to get worse. So you have an opportunity right now to stop the bleeding and to be able to start building assets. So that's it, folks. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching this live stream, and hopefully we're able to partner with you and help you build some wealth for the future. Thank you so much, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you guys tonight at 8:30. If you want to come, remember, just go to the link above this video if you're on Facebook, below this video if you're on YouTube, and just opt in, and we'll send you the presentation right to your email. Make sure you put a good email in. We'll send you the registration right to your email so you can check us out. Thank you, folks, and till next time, peace out, stay safe, and make the rest of your life the best of your life. Peace.